One take, one take. It's NBA one take. One take for your head, one take for your brain. It's NBA one take with yours truly, Pretty Boy Laker. You can subscribe to YouTube to find me. Get all your latest NBA updates. This is that playoff preview. Eastern Conference. And boy, I'm not giving you no hot takes. I'm just giving you the real, something I know. Just by watching games all year and watching what's going to happen. All right, the first matchup is 1 versus 8. That's the Detroit Pistons facing the #1 seed, potential MVP candidate, the Greek Freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and the Milwaukee Bucks. Now, this is not saying interesting, but I think with the Bucks' depth and everything they have, they should be able to cruise on to beat this team 4-1. I'm giving them a game, even though Blake Griffin is not the same. He's sat out, he's hobbled, but I think he'll be somewhat formidable in this series. Andre Drummond, Reggie Jackson, and those guys. It's good to see Dwayne Casey still, taking the team to the playoffs that there wasn't coming to this season high expectations for. I mean, they did kind of, not saying bottom out going to the playoffs, but the injuries and certain things kind of hampered them going down the stretch. But they've spot. And I don't think they have enough for Milwaukee execution, the way they play. Mike Budenholzer most likely is going to be the coach of the year, and deserving so, because he did change it around. They have somewhat of the same rosters they had a year ago. You know how I feel about Jason Kidd. I don't care what anybody say. He's a great coach. I love him. That's my brother for life. But Budenholzer did turn around. Is it somewhat like the Mark Jackson and Golden? That's to be seen. But 4-1, it might be a gentleman's sweep where they may give up a game. Or Giannis and them may just say, listen, let's just end this quickly because we're coming for real. The next matchup is going to be the 4 versus 5 seed. The 4th is the Boston Celtics, Kyrie Irving, Jason Tatum, Brad Stevens, Al Horford and the crew, going against Coach Nate McMillan, possible Coach of the Year candidate, Miles Turner, getting them defensive Player of the Year odds, leading the league in blocks, Dantas, Sabonis, Bogdanovic, Wesley Matthews coming in, Tyreke Evans and the crew. They've been balling, and it's a shame. My heart, my boy Victor Oladipo, my brother, is going to be playing in this series. He's out for the season. And for this team to hold afloat while he went down shows a lot about the team's toughness and coaching. And they kind of talk about Nate McMillan coaching. He's like a dinosaur, whatever. I don't see it. I see a guy that has his team ready to compete, have a great sense of how they're going to execute their offense, as well as what they do on defense, and have a balanced attack. They just don't have that star guy they could just go to down the stretch. I mean, they got some guys, but the playoffs is a little different. The Celtics, though. This team, not saying it's different, but the Celtics are a team on a mission. Okay. They're looking to just make sense of this turbulent season where there was reports with Kyrie, things he's saying he may not come back, this and that, all this chatter about Kyrie Irving. Coming now is the playoffs. Kyrie didn't play last year, so did Gordon Hayward. But they're there now. They two money players they got in 2017. It's almost 2 years ago. Close to 2 years ago, they got them. But now, it's time to push your chips on the table because this is a make-it-break it season for them. Because if the reports saying that Kyrie, he doesn't know what he might do, he may just leave. He may leave and go to another team. As I always tell people, Kyrie he never went through that free agency process. He never had guys coming at him like this. You can say he was recruited at Duke, but he kind of made his mind up. It wasn't a lot of pull and tug, you know? And now, he will this summer. But the Celtics has to execute. They have to be good. They have to be to a point where he wants to win. He's an NBA champion. Not about his team or whatever. He wants to be in a situation where they're winning championships because, believe it or not, he has a brand, he has a reputation and a representation of winning since he was playing in Cleveland with LeBron. So now it's in a situation where they need to maximize what they're going to do. And going to the finals is the first step. Winning the championship will be another step. So when they're going to face the Pacers, they should be able to beat them. But there's going to be some games where it's going to question them and their psyche. And I feel they're going to beat them 4-2. 4 games to 2. And they'll move on. The next series is going to be Philadelphia 76ers versus the hometown team here in New York, the Brooklyn Nets. Now, this series is going to be something like the Boston. So I just feel that the Nets' firepower and the way they execute on offense, shooting a lot of threes and a lot of pace and space, have 2 closers and Dinwiddie and D'Angelo Russell will give the Sixers fits. Now they got Jimmy Butler. He's coming in. Made the trade to bring him in for this situation. For these kind of situational playoff things where they need him to close down the stretch. You got Embiid. Even though he's hurt, he's hobbled. He should be able to play. No excuses. Even with a broken face last year, no excuses. Then you got Ben Simmons. This is all on Ben Simmons. I'm going to tell you something. They say Ben Simmons should be shooting jump shots. They say Ben Simmons should be doing this. Ben Simmons should be doing that. Ben Simmons should play like this. No, Ben Simmons should be Ben Simmons. But Ben Simmons have to elevate Ben Simmons to a point where his impact on this series is the biggest out of every single player. Even D'Angelo Russell, Spencer Dinwiddie, even those guys. Ben Simmons need to get them out this series. Period. I know you got JJ Redick. I know you got Tobias Harris. He's ready. But it's Ben Simmons that has to get them out this series. Because Embiid needs him. Badly. But I feel I feel the Nets is gonna get 2 games out of it. I feel the Nets will get 2 games out of it. I think the Nets will tie this series at 2. And drop the last 2, game 5 at Philly, and then lose their last game at home in game 6. The next and final series is going to be the Toronto Raptors at this 2 spot versus the 6 seed Orlando Magic. Now, Orlando hasn't been in the playoffs since Dwight Howard. This is a long time. It's a long time, man. And they got Vooch, as well as Aaron Gordon, Jonathan Isaac, Fournier. But it's the point guard play that's the major factor in all this. Hold on. This is Onetake, man. You never know what you expect. You probably see me going to the bank, chase. Just gotta move some Gotta move some things, move some things. It's always movement, movement, movement. Those are things on the horizon. Putting some money down for possibly a future podcast. We'll see. Oh, but let me leave off with, still going back to Orlando. Now, this is a surprise team, but with the coach they have in place, I'm not surprised because he's a good coach. And as the players gotten better, they just need a point guard. I love DJ Augustine. DJ Augustine knows he's a backup. And it's just the sad part is that they know they need a point guard. You know, they got Markelle Fultz in the trade, but he's not ready. He's not even playing, and it's a sad thing. You know, I don't know what to say, but I just feel the Raptors is going to. I think the Raptors is going to go for the sweep. I don't. You got Kawhi. He's the man. Kyle Lowry. He doesn't have to worry about a point guard doing things for him. Now Kyle Lowry he could play freely. He can actually guard DJ Augustine. He doesn't got to be facing a two guard or anything like that. He can guard DJ Augustine. And it's going to be, and they will have, you know, Siakam. OG Anunoby, he's going to be out for 2 weeks. Just a report on that. They have it. They actually have it. They have the team to do it. You know, Quarry Marcus Gasol. You know, Serge Ibaka, Danny Green, veteran. They have all the pieces to do it. And I'm saying they're going to sweep them. I think they're going to beat them 4-0. And the games will be close, but then I think they will just be able to close. Kawhi will close, and they will just get it done and move on to the next round. That's my NBA Eastern Conference preview. There was some big things that happened yesterday with Luke Walton, and there's been a lot of firings and player move. There has been a lot of stuff that's happened. I have to update you guys about that on the next vid, possibly later today. And this is Pretty Boy Laker. Twitter, Snap, and Instagram. Everything Pretty Boy Laker. One take for your head. It's NBA One Take for your brain. And I'm out.